Welcome to PA Land and Legacy. I'm going to do a quick video here of planting a fall food plot, just to show what I do and how I plant them. It's all pretty basic and probably all videos that you've already seen. Really not too much you can change, but anyway, this is a half-acre food plot that I have planted, or gonna plant. But I had it planted in corn and soybeans in the spring, and with the intentions of the deer not letting the soybeans grow, which they didn't. I mean, it's just a half acre and there's no ag fields around for at least probably 2 miles or so at least. And on a half acre they just destroy it. So I was hoping that I'd have corn coming up, the rows of corn coming up in the soybeans, that I'd have corn standing this fall like I did last year. This is the spot. This right over here is where I shot the 10 point last year. I don't know if you saw that video. I guess I can put the link to it down in the description. But I was successful growing corn last year here, but this year I had crows, and I'm assuming it's crows. I think that's what it is, but I don't know if it's crows and the chipmunks and stuff. But as soon as the corn would get up to about 2-3 inches, it would get pulled up out of the ground and the kernel eating off the bottom of it. So I only had probably about 40 stalks or so make it in this whole half-acre food plot, but it is what it is. So anyway, it got overtaken by weeds, and I just let it go until the fall. So I'm going to be planting turnips and radishes. I'll show that to you here in a minute. But anyway, we've had a ton of rain the last week and a half. Just 2 days ago, we got close to 4 inches of rain in a matter of 36 hours. So it's not technically ideal conditions for me to be harrowing the ground up and trying to plant with it being so wet, but I guess it's better than it being bone dry and being in a drought. So we're going to try it and see what happens. Here in another week or so, I'm not going to be able to do anything with the food plot, so I got to do it now or it's not going to happen. I planted this about 2 years ago with the same blend I'm going to be putting in, and it did really well. So I'm hoping to have the same results here. And I mean, staying here right now, I'm trying to decide whether just to broadcast it and let the rain just wash it in, or maybe take the drag over it and just lightly drag it. That's still something I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. But we'll get the broadcast in here, and I'll show you the bags of seed I'm going to be using. The seed that I've had the most success with is Whitetail Institute. I've tried a bunch of other ones. They grow, but they don't grow as good as what this Whitetail Institute stuff does. I don't know what it is, but I'm very happy with it, and it's worth spending a little bit extra money that it costs for the product. These are the blends that I'm going to be putting in this food plot. Whitetail Institute wintergreens. I'm going to mix in some of the ambush. It's got the sugar beets in, and I think there's some oats and. But with the wintergreens, I went and I had a bag of Whitetail Institute tall tine tubers, which the wintergreens already has tall tine tubers in it. But I went and added probably another pound or so, pound and a half into the mix, just to have some more turnips into the mix. But I'll show you the seed content. And on the ambush, All right, there we go. It's seeded. I don't know if you could, how much of that you could see how I did it. I took half of the seed I wanted to put down and ran it across first in one direction. I went this way and ran that all out. And then I took the other half and I went across this way and basically did like a checker pattern just to make sure I got good even seed coverage. With that seed being so small, that's why I didn't put it all in at one time. I didn't want to mess up and put down too much in one spot and then run out of seed to cover the whole thing, even though it's only a half acre. But I ran into that problem, and I was putting I had it opened up too much and I was putting down way too much seed. So it's always best to take half your seed, especially whenever you're dealing with a small seed like that, and do a full coverage, and then load up the spreader again, and then go back over it again in a different direction, just to make sure you get good even seed coverage, and you make sure you hit all the spots. But I don't think I'm going to drag it. I think I'm just gonna. We're supposed to be getting rain here this afternoon again, so I'm hoping that it just cover itself and let the rain cover it. But I'm also hoping that all these old weeds and stuff die. But as you can see, I wasn't worried about cleaning it off too much. As long as I had some dirt to get the seed to soil contact, I'm not really worried. I'm hoping all this, the old all the weeds and stuff, that they'll decompose and kind of provide a little bit of cover for the soil. But I don't know, it's pretty messed up. This is the first year that I've had to deal with this. Normally in August we're praying for rain and not getting it. Now it won't stop raining, and so, but I'm not going to complain. We'll see what happens with it, and hopefully it's not a failure. I'll do another video here in a few weeks and give an update on what it looks like. And hey, I'll run over to another food plot that I got planted yesterday out on the power line and show you it. But I basically used the same techniques with it. Here's a view from out of the tree stand. Like I said, this is the tree stand that I shot that 10 point out of last year. The biggest one to date. I actually got it mounted, so, and I just got it back about a month and a half ago. Alright, here I am out on a power line. I planted this yesterday. Like I said, I just roughed up the ground a little bit to let the seed get washed in with the rain and stuff. But I'm a little nervous about it for the amount of rain we've got. I can see some puddles and spots, but nothing major. I mean, it's not getting washed out or anything, but just worried about that seed in some of these spots where the water's laying, that it's not going to germinate. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. If I have to, I'll come back in another week or so and broadcast a little bit more or something if it doesn't seem like it's growing good. But I leave about an 8 to 10 foot wide spot up through the center here for four-wheelers and stuff that travel this power line a lot, and most of them are respectful. I've had a problem with a few of them that want to ride through the food plot and do donuts and mess it up, but I haven't been able to catch them, and it's just a losing battle. There's just so many four-wheelers and stuff that run up and down it, and I've tried putting trail cameras out, but I can never get a good picture of them because I'm trying to keep it back in the woods a little bit to keep it away from them so they can't see it, to steal it. So, but as you can see, I did spray this about a week ago. It's starting to turn yellow, so I mean, these little bit of weeds and grass and stuff will die here eventually. But like I said, I gotta get the food plots planted, and I can't put it off much longer because I'm gonna run out of time and not gonna have time to get them planted. So, but this goes up there for probably 250, 275 yards. It's roughly about right around an acre and 1 3/4 acres. And like I said, I planted this with the wintergreens and ambush and some extra tall tine tubers from Whitetail Institute. So we'll see how it does, and I'll give you some updates as it starts growing. Here's a future project I want to do. The power company was in here over this past summer and replaced all the telephone poles here on the right side and ran new lines and stuff, but they come through and fixed the road up because it was all washed out and stuff, but they cleared it off fairly nice down there. There's a lot of water that likes to lay down there, so I'm thinking about maybe next spring here, once it dries up a little bit, because I mean, if I try to go down there now, I'm just going to get stuck, but I might try to go down there and dig it out, a little spot for like a pond, something to hold some water and stuff, and then plant that area that they have all cleared off there. I mean, it's not going to be much, might be about a 1/4 acre or so, but if I can get somewhere where I can just have some water and some clover around it or something, I think it'd be nice. But that's just down over the hill here from this from the power line at the top here, down off the bench. But just some ideas I'm thinking of here in the future.